Hello, hello, and welcome. Welcome back. If you're new, I'm Ivy, and I am really glad to have you here. This is your weekly energy forecast for the coming week. And if you are a returning viewer, then welcome back, and thank you so much for being here. I really, truly appreciate it. Okay, today's energy forecast is going to run a lot like the ones that I usually do. I'm going to start off with our um, astrological aspects that are going on this week, and then we'll go ahead and move on to a tarot reading for the energies of the week. Now, I also wanted to go ahead and mention right quick before we get started that on Tuesday, this coming Tuesday at 7 p.m., I'm going to try something a little different, and we're going to do a live at 7 p.m. on Tuesday. So I would love to have you join me, and I hope you do. We're going to be talking about this upcoming full moon in Gemini, which happens on the 7th on Wednesday here in the States. And yeah, we're gonna have. I will try to answer some questions depending on how much time we have and what's going on. But I will try to answer some questions at the end of or towards the end of the live on Tuesday at 7 p.m. So mark that on your calendars, and hopefully I'll see you guys there. In the meantime, let's go ahead and get started with this energy forecast for this week. Also, remember to check out the shop. We got all kinds of goodies there. Most of the jewelry that I'm wearing today is in the shop. And there's a lot more goodies there, but okay, moving on to the energies of this week. We got a busy week when it comes astrologically speaking this week. We have this is from Monday the 4th until the 11th on Sunday. So Venus, we start off with on the 4th. Venus square, which is Monday. Venus in Sagittarius, I'm sorry, is square Neptune, which is in Pisces. I feel that for at least some of us, there's going to be some kind of wake-up call, some kind of illusion that it is lifted, something that along those lines. It could also be like a clearing of confusion, like all of a sudden things become clear and you understand what's going on, things like that. Now, this is, to me, is primarily going to happen in the areas of relationships and also in the material financial aspect of life. Because it is Venus, and yeah, it's Venus squaring off with Neptune, so there's a lot of that Venus energy there. The Venus is in Sagittarius, so Sagittarius is about expansion and discovery and adventure, traveling, that kind of thing. So it could be in those arenas also. But I feel that most of this is going to be centered around relationships and around the financial material world. As far as the revelations, the clarity, the wake up call kind of thing. Like, oh wow, all of a sudden you're awake and aware of what is going on that wasn't clear to you, that was hiding behind the veil of that is Neptune. Okay. Okay, on the 5th, on the next day, we have the moon in Taurus, in conjunction with Uranus, also in Taurus. Obviously, it is a conjunction. This also has a little bit of a feeling of revelations and insights coming through. Good time to maybe think outside the box when it comes to issues or problems that you've been having and you haven't been able to work through. This is a good time to maybe brainstorm and have some kind of revelation or some kind of breakthrough, um, thinking outside the box kind of ideas. And this is again is going to be these both these planets are in the sign of Taurus. So to me this feels a lot like it's going to be revolve around comforts and home and the material realm, all things Taurus. Okay. Moving on to the next day, we have Mercury, which is in Sagittarius, in the final degrees of Sagittarius, squaring off with Jupiter. Again, Jupiter is in Pisces also. This is about, to me, this conjunction is about finding balance between theory and practice. Okay. Something you've been learning, something you've been researching, something you've been, you have all the book knowledge on, but you haven't actually put into practice yet, kind of, energies. So this is finding a balance between the actual practical aspect of whatever this is and the theory, okay, the book learning type thing. Um, again, this is about finding the balance that's going to work for you. Okay. But you have to make a conscious choice, a conscious decision that you want to find the balance. Okay. It's not just like all of a sudden going to show up like a lot of these energies with the planets do. But no, this is about, because it is about Jupiter and Mercury, communication and ideas. Um, Definitely are in, so, and Jupiter's about the bigger picture, expansion. So expansion of communications, these are squaring off, so in a square, so the energies are definitely about finding a balance between the two. How are you going to take these energies that are squaring off and help them, make them work for you? Okay. And so yeah, again, making conscious choices to find balance between the theory and practice of whatever it is that you're working on. We also have on the 6th Mercury entering Capricorn. When Mercury's in Capricorn, we tend to become a little more methodical, a little more practical. Think Capricorn, the things that are representative of Capricorn. So yeah, a little more practical, a little more methodical, especially when it comes to the arenas of communication, because it is Mercury. To me, this is a great time for those of you who are in business for yourself or thinking about starting a business or anything of that nature, some kind of project, things like that. It's a great time to write out a business proposal. It's a great time for a business plan, a marketing plan, anything like that. Okay, putting ideas and thoughts on paper, putting it down, writing it down, making a solid plan, because it's going to be a great time for being able to come up with those ideas, being able to come up with a working plan during this transit. Again, that is going to be um, the whole time that Mercury is in Capricorn, so there is some time to work on that. Okay, on the 7th, we have the full moon in Gemini. Um, this is going to be the last full moon of the year. Um, it's also the least emotional full moon. I don't believe it's going to be as much of a emotional factor to this full moon as normal full moons usually are, because it is Gemini and Sagittarius that are opposing each other, the sun and the moon. And the moon in Gemini, the sun in Sagittarius. They're not really emotional signs. They're both more about thinking, about ideas, about expansion. But so so definitely this feels more like or I should say at least a less emotional full moon. But we'll talk more about the full moon when it comes in the live, because there is a lot to talk about when it comes to this full moon. Okay, moving on, then we have on the 8th, the sun is in Sagittarius in opposition to Mars. Now, Mars is I believe in Gemini. I believe in Gemini, yes. I didn't write it on my notes here, but the sun is in Sagittarius, as I just mentioned, and it's going to be opposing Mars. So yeah, Gemini. And Mars is in retrograde. There's this conjunction can lead to an increase in assertiveness, an increase in competitiveness, um, in wanting to go in full steam ahead on whatever you're working on. Aries, okay? Think of Mars and Aries energy. Mars being the ruling planet of Aries. They want to go. They don't want to think about it. They want to go now, and they're very assertive and competitive and even argumentative. Mars is the planet of war, and Aries is the sign of the god of war. So that kind of energy, okay? Honestly, I think the best thing to do is to practice some patience during this aspect. Maybe take a more subtle approach, a calmer approach, a more relaxed approach. No matter how hard you want to push ahead, how fast and hard you want to go, I think it's going to be more productive to sit back a little, think things through, take a more subtle approach than what you're going to want to do during this transit. Again, that is going to be on the 8th. On the 9th, Venus in Sagittarius is squaring off with Jupiter. I see a lot of opportunities for expansion, especially when it comes to the arenas of relationships and finances. Also, I feel it's going to usher in a very busy period, which we are in the holiday season, so most of us are very busy during this season as is. So expect maybe a little extra busyness going on here for the next little bit after this transit, which is again on the 9th. And you'll feel it a little before, a little after. Okay. Also, Venus enters Capricorn on the same day, on the 9th. So Venus, though she's stationed in Sagittarius, squaring Jupiter, she's transiting into Capricorn on the same day, on the 9th. Venus in Capricorn is about a focus on finances, on the material world, on boosting relationships with business partners in this particular case, because it is Venus and Capricorn. Now, remember, this is a square, so at least in my opinion, and again, I know I've mentioned this before, but I am not a professional astrologer. These are more intuitive from what I do know about astrology. But I feel that Venus, anytime you have a square in astrology, a square aspect, it's really about finding a balance working balance between the two energies. So Venus squaring off with Jupiter, I feel is, or I'm sorry, not, or Venus entering Capricorn. I got all mixed up. I was talking about one. Okay, forget Venus squaring Jupiter because I already talked about that. But we're Venus in Capricorn. We're it's a focus on finances, on boosting relationships, things that have to do with business, with work, with Capricorn, what Capricorn signifies, okay? Um, Business partners, co-workers, that kind of thing. Collaborations, connections. Great time for networking and for socializing in a business arena. So that's a great time to do that right around the 9th. Good energies for networking, setting up maybe business meetings, that kind of thing. These can be very fruitful during this time. On the 10th, the moon, which is in Cancer, is going to sextile Uranus, which is in Taurus. It This is an aspect that can bring a revitalizing effort to some arena, some area of your emotional or domestic life, with your partners, with your home life, that kind of thing. It's a revitalizing energy. So that's a good thing, I think. It's also going to be likely, I think, to encounter some kind of insight, event, or person, something of that nature that's going to gently get you to think about, think differently about how you experience comfort and nurturing in your home environment, security, that kind of thing. You may also take more risks during this aspect, in particular around where or how you live. I feel that's also possible during this aspect. Okay, that is the end of the astrological aspects for this week, and then we are going to go ahead and dive into the tarot portion of this reading. If you haven't already, please like, subscribe, and share my videos, and hit that notification bell. I truly appreciate it. It does help the channel grow, and it also helps get the message out to those who may be in need of hearing the message from Spirit. Okay. Oops. I am going to be, as usual, using two tarot decks and an oracle deck. Oh my, just blanked out there. Okay. So yeah, we'll dive into these energies and see what Spirit has to tell us about the energies of this coming week. What does Spirit want us to know? What guidance, what does Spirit want you, our viewers, to know about or be guided on? The energies of this coming week, please, Spirit. Okay. We have waterfall, effortless. Let's see that. I don't know if you can see that. Perspective, Milky Way. New moon, promise. It almost feels like whatever you were working on this past new moon is coming in. though it might not be exactly how you had imagined it to look like. Okay? I feel like um hold on, I'm getting a lot a lot of downloads right now. Okay, this message may be for just one person in particular, but what I'm getting is something is manifesting for you and it seems completely effortless. Like you didn't even really work hard on manifesting this. This is something like, oh wow, I can't believe that just happened kind of energy. Like I not expected. I didn't even, I thought about manifesting that. I had been wanting that, but I never really did anything for that to come into my life. Um, and it's, you thought about it, but you never really did anything about it. And it was around the time of the new moon is what I'm getting. So again, this may be something for one of you only, but it could be a collective message also. Take what resonates and leave what doesn't, as I always like to say. So there is something coming in that seemed like, oh wow, I had thought about that, but I had never really done that, and it's something that you were either considering or doing during the new moon, the last new moon. It could be the last new moon, or it could be the new moon in Gemini. This is a full moon in Gemini. So it could be that whatever you were thinking or working on way back when we had the new moon in Gemini may be coming around now. So that is possible too. What else? What else, Spirit? What would you like us to know about the coming week? What do we need to know about? What would you like to tell us? What are the energies we need to be aware of? Page of Swords, the Fool, and the Queen of Cups. The Nine of Swords, the Five of Pentacles, the Knight of Pentacles. Wow. The Ten of Cups, double wow. The Ten of Wands, Ace of Pentacles. All right. Some of you are putting something that you learned, something that you were either studying or reading about or researching or whatever the case may be. Something that you learned, something that you were learning into practical use. This is a fresh new start for somebody. This is something that maybe you're graduating from school, um, from a course, from something. You're transitioning from the learning aspect to actually doing whatever this is, and it's something that is very emotionally fulfilling to you. Whatever that is something that's going to be very emotionally fulfilling in some way or shape or form. You're leaving behind the fear, the uncertainty. That's the word I'm hearing. The uncertainty of your current situation, of feeling like you don't know enough, you're not ready enough, you need help doing what you were thinking of doing. You're going from that energy to the energy of the Knight where it's like, okay, I'm going to take it nice and slow. I'm not going to rush, but I'm going to get going. Okay, I'm going to make sure that all my T's are crossed and all my I's are dotted kind of energy. And I'm going to make a go of this. This is going to work out. This is the Ten of Cups, the happily ever after card. This is absolutely going to work out. Emotionally satisfying, like I said up here. It's not going to be such a burden anymore. It's whatever this is. Of course, this can be different for everybody, okay? Whether it's a relationship, a job, a career, a new, yeah, a new home, and whatever this is, okay? Different for everybody. It's not going to feel like such a burden anymore. It's going from being a burden to be emotionally and financially satisfying. The light is too. There we go. Okay. It's going from being scary and uncertain and I can't do this kind of energy to being very emotionally satisfying, not a burden in the very least. You're going to be wanting to do this. It's something that you're going to get great satisfaction from. Um, let's see what else we can get here. I'm going to pull one more card for each of these cards and see what more we can get, what more Spirit wants to share with us. Let's make some room here. Okay. The lighting is starting to change it here, and I apologize about that, but it looks like the sun is about to set, so hopefully the lighting will still be good. Or if not, I'll adjust a little bit. Alright. What else? Can you tell us more about what's going on here, about what this fresh new start is, about what it is that's happening, please, Spirit. Can you give us more information, more clarity? Tell us more, please. Do I have the deck? I do have the deck. Okay. Let's try that again. Deck was upside down. The Hermit. The Knight of Wands. The Six of Pentacles. This is something you've really thought about. You've really coming from deep inside, something you've really wanted to do, something you're very passionate about, and it's bringing balance. It's bringing a give and take kind of energy to it. The Five of Swords, the Eight of Pentacles. You've been working on this. Wow, the Ten of Swords. That's 3 tens so far. The Ten of Wands again. The Seven of Swords. The King of Pentacles. Something you have definitely been, something that was a struggle. Something you've been working on, but it wasn't an easy, it hasn't been easy. It hasn't been easy at all. You've been trying to get this going. You've been trying to work on getting whatever this is. And this really does feel like something to do with work. It could be different for everybody, but at least for one or two of you out there, maybe more, it is definitely, I'm picking up work, something that you do for work. Maybe you've been thinking about starting your own business. Maybe you've been thinking about starting even a new study. It could be that you're at the study. This is something that makes you happy, and that doing this really brings you satisfaction, emotional satisfaction. It doesn't feel like a burden. It doesn't feel heavy. It feels like something you want to do. You want to put down whatever you're doing right now that feels tiring and burdensome, and like, oh my God, how much longer do I have to carry this energy kind of here into this energy. That's that's a big jump. But for some of you, that's exactly what's going to be happening around your work. Okay, guys, that is what we have for you today. I thank you again for watching. As always, please remember to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. And check out my shop. We still have a few of those Christmas wreaths on sale, and I have the love oils. I think I have 3 only left of the love oils in the shop right now. So check those out if you're interested, and I will see you all next time. Love and light, guys. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.